ASRS Truck Series. Tonight, the series comes to the Rockingham Motor Speedway, nestled tucked deep away in Rockingham, North Carolina, for the running of the Clint Auto Parts 100. That is 100 laps around this mile oval here, scheduled tonight. Got a pretty full field of drivers. We're missing just a couple of names out here, a couple of faces, but we're lacking the same in the booth tonight as well. Joining me tonight, our producer, Cafe Olay, is going to try his best at multitasking tonight. How you doing tonight, man? Pretty good, pretty good. All right. All right. Seems we're having a little bit of a mic issues with Cafe Olay right quick, but we are watching qualifying right now. Provisional pole goes to 25 of Chris Titus. Jonathan Holstein to his outside as of right now. Looks like we have 31 drivers here in the session for a full field of 36. This possibly will be the first race all season where we do not have a full field. We're looking at the point standings right quick. Jim Foose still out in front by 17 points over Jonathan Holstein. 2 points back from second is Brad Cross. Sam Maxwell tied for third right now. Brad Cross gets the tiebreaker with a win. And Jason Stewart rounding out your top five. Again, I want to try and welcome Cafe into the booth while he's producing. So how you doing tonight, man?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. I've been looking forward to it. I'll say it the second time because you heard it the first time around. Unfortunately, the stream didn't. It's been a while since I've been part of one of these broadcasts. I've had some, RL stuff that's come up. So I'm eager to see these guys go at it. I mean, there's only about a minute and a half left to qualifying. The speeds look pretty tight, so it should be a good race.
Looking through the field, trying to see if we don't see any familiar faces out here. Pretty much all of the usual suspects are in the session right now. Got a couple of guys I'm noticing not in here. Zachary Bosnich, the 91, not in the session right now. It's unfortunate for him because he is seventh in the points. Our only multiple time winner this year, with 2 wins. The last week's winner, the 44, Michael Atkins Jr., is in the session. A couple other drivers that I can't exactly put my finger on that are not in here tonight to try and take the win here at the infamous Rockingham Speedway.
I think maybe they might have been hung over from all that racing that happened yesterday between the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 and Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's one hell of a hangover.
Oh yeah,
that's a 2-day one. You got I don't know exactly how long Monaco is mile wise, but over at least 1,200 miles worth of racing all in one day on Sunday, and it was a fantastic day for racing. As we're wrapping up qualifying, we're going to get you your grid here momentarily as soon as we see a bunch of these drivers start and take the grid here on the front stretch. And again, this is the Clint's Auto Parts 100 coming at you live here on Off Camber Television on the YouTube. Looking forward to getting this race underway. Gonna be a pretty quick race. 100 laps at Rockingham. 100 laps seem like a lot, but it goes pretty quick here.
All right, Wes, I'm going to let you take it away with the grid.
All right, Chris Titus, number 25, on the pole tonight with a 23:07.2. Fast time out here. The Traxxas Maxed Out Motorsports entry driver out of Lansing, Virginia. I believe this is his, or Lansing, Michigan, excuse me. I believe this is his first pole on the season. 70th, Jonathan Holstein, second place in the points. Going to start to his outside in a Staples CAD Tech machine. Alex Geese to 77 in third. Jared Mogart in fourth. Robbie Baskins is going to round out your top five. Then the 33 of Tom Giannini is going to roll off in sixth. Lee Staples in seventh. Alan Young, eighth. Dominic Lee in ninth. And Justin Vaughn in the 10th position. 11th goes to Andy Diablo. 12th went to Jamie Moore. Travis Wright rolling off in 13th. Zach Calloway, 14th. Brad Cross in 15th. Pete Baskin, 16th. Sam Maxwell, 17th. Devin Sarah with a kind of an opposite qualifying run that he normally has, as well as the truck before him. Going to roll off in 18th. Michael Sunick in 19th. And Stephen Trombley rounding out your top 20. 48 of Mitch Brown rolling off in 21st. 22nd is Brian Crispin. Jason Stewart, 23rd. Kevin Mingus, 24th. Jim Foose in 25th. Tim Knott, 26th. 27th went to Steve Buhala. And taking provisionals, looks like the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr., the 5 of Scott Holler, the 80 of Nick Kaufman, and the 57 of Sean Music. And we are rolling for one parade lap around this mile oval.
And just to remind you, his name is Wes the Mess 88 if you want to give him money for beer.
Hey.
He's going to need it by the end of the night, the amount of talking you're going to have to do, I think.
Hey, I've got 4 in the fridge, so I mean, we might be good.
We're good.
I don't normally do it on a Tuesday night, but hey, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we went through that list, and I was starting to think, who's missing. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a couple predominant faces that are not here. Bosnich is one. Danny Rogers is another one. The Double Deuce. The Ty Hester's not here. Dan Matthews. I don't think Pete Baskins is here. But anyway, we're getting ready to go into green pace car. Going to head off of the racing surface. The 25, Chris Titus, has control of the field. Green flag. We are underway for the Clint Auto Parts 100 here at Rockingham. Pretty good start for the 25. Chris Titus going to get in front of the 70. 70's going to fight to the outside, trying to take the lead coming off of turn number 2. Oh, in the wall he goes. Holstein early into the wall, going to lose a couple of spots there. Mogard in the 01 going to get to the inside of him.
And Dover's one of those tracks that once you fall off pace, get out of your rhythm, that can be disaster.
Yeah, 33, Tom Giannini at Best Buy Toyota underneath that Chevrolet of Holstein right now. Holstein fighting back on the outside. Going to have to be very careful exiting turn number 2 here. Caution's out.
Caution's out. I didn't see what caused that, though.
We're looking in the back. Steve Buhala, the 43 is around. Let's see if anybody else was involved in that one as well. Looks like...
I think that might have been the only car.
The 44. Michael Atkins Jr. Last week's winner involved. The 43 got into turn 1 a little too hot.
And that's a hell of a paint job on him. While it's still good, how about we give a shout out to whoever painted that for him?
Yeah, the 44, definitely a good paint job. Debuted it last week, won in it last week. Unfortunately, he's going to have some hurdles to overcome here tonight, as he's got a little bit of right side damage and a little bit of door damage from the 43 of Buhala. And
I don't think that's going to affect him too much in the long run, because this isn't exactly an aero track. So as long as he doesn't do any more than pancake or give himself a little bit of bending, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, we shouldn't see the majority of the front runners come in. We should see a couple of the people in the back. 78 of Stephen Trombley going to come down pit road. Looks like the 34 of Sunick, Jason Stewart, Michael Atkins Jr., Scott Holler, Sean Music, and Steve Buhala are your only takers on pit road. Mostly people from the back of the pack. Nothing really to lose at this point of the race. Stopping in, topping up with fuel, taking some tires. And definitely for that 44 and that 43, going to have to get some of that damage fixed. And their teammates, too, running out of the J. Foose Motorsports stable. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting meeting Wednesday morning after the race. You know what? When you get out in the track, even though you're teammates, you're still racing for position. You're trying to put your truck in the best spot that you can by the end of the race. And just, every once in a while, you just forget that you have teammates. Things happen. And Rockingham is one of them It's track that none of the actual touring series still go to.
Well,
but the last touring series 2 race here was the trucks.
Wes, let's be honest. We've both driven this track. Me personally, I can't stand it. As far as it seems like a track that nobody's taken care of in 10 years. So I mean, it looks super smooth from us viewing up top here, but on track it is bumpy like crazy. If it rains here, there is lakes that fill up these ruts.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't mind it anymore.
Yeah, once you learn it, it's fine. But I'm just saying, it is a bumpy track, and too wide is very difficult.
Yeah, especially coming off of turn 2. See, 3 and 4 are a lot wider radius in the turn. So 3 and 4 is a little bit easier to run side by side. Coming off of turn 2, though, that is the mistress on this track.
Yep. And this is your cue. As I think the pace car is just getting ready to duck on off.
Oh yeah, here she comes. Pretty big gap in between the pace car and the field here. Look for that 25 to go a little bit early. He can go as long as the pace car is off the racing surface. There he goes. Bringing the 0-1 to Jared Mogard. Alex Keys caught sleeping on the outside.
Wow, did he ever get caught?
Lose a lot of spots.
He didn't just get caught sleeping. I think he's comatose at that point.
Yeah, all the way back from second to fourth. Here comes Mogard battling for the lead to the inside of Chris Titus. You know Jared Mogard is hungry. He's one of the more aggressive drivers here. Maxed Out Motorsports. I believe that is a Chevrolet coming to the lead.
Titus gives up that spot, but Giardini looks just as hungry. I wonder if Titus will try and hold him up a little bit.
One thing is for certain, Mogard out here leading his first laps on the day. Just completing lap 6 out of the scheduled 100. Got a little bit of side-by-side back here. For it looks like the 5th position, the 7 and the 70 side by side, almost 3 wide here with the 18 involved, 24 behind him. Alan Young chomping at the bit to get a couple of these spots. But Jonathan Holstein, biggest loser since the beginning of this race.
And because passing is such a difficult thing on this track, they want to pick up those spots as quickly as they can, because as the tires wear, I mean, you and I have both seen, you get into it becomes impossible to pass once the tires have worn.
Yeah, Holstein just falling back like a lead balloon right now, under fire from the 24. Here comes the 64, Lee Staples, his teammate, pretty LA Sim Sport gang. 24, actually LA Sim Sport driver as well. This 45 though, Zach Calloway, another driver out of the J Foose Motorsports stable, looking to get around these two as well. Here comes that's Pete Baskins, that number 3 truck. Oh, really?
You see that 3 really swing wide there, and that 3 is a lap down.
I've got him scored in 12th on here.
Oh, you could be right. Oh, it's 30. It's just, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ooh,
my bad.
Cross, big move to the inside, power move, trying to get underneath that 27 of Jamie Moore. I don't believe that's a name that we've called out this much this season. It might be one of his first races.
No, he's a newcomer to the series. We saw him last week, maybe the week before, but I love that purple paint scheme he's got going on there.
Yeah, it's just a cluster all over the track, folks. You got a little bit of running in the front, and just back here from about 10th on back is just a wad of trucks.
Yeah, and we've hit that point where they turn enough laps, the track's starting to rubber up, tires have lost that newness off of it, and now they gotta struggle to keep the truck on the track more than drive fast.
Yeah, 70 puts the block on Devin Sarah in the 20. He's gonna try to get back down to that inside lane and stop the bleeding. Started 2nd, all the way back to 13th right now, and that's 70 for Jonathan Holstein. Mitch Brown underneath the 20 though, coming off of turn number 2. Mitch started in 21st, all the way up to 14th now, gain of 7 spots. Looks like pretty much everybody's gotten back single file. Brad Cross though looking to get underneath of Zach Calloway, that 45 truck. It's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, a lot of great paint schemes I'm seeing out here for this Memorial Day weekend event. Well, I guess it's not technically Memorial Day weekend, but in honor of the race.
We're close enough for government. Brad Cross, number 30, driver out of Cleveland, Tennessee, takes over that 10th spot from Zach Calloway. But Calloway fighting back on the inside. Oh, they touch a little bit off of number 2.
Yep.
So you got to watch it.
And like I said, as the tires wear, you battle the track, and then you just hope that you don't get crossed up and get someone into the back of you.
Here comes the 27 underneath the 45 as well. Oh, almost touching there. 45 had to check up, going to lose a couple of spots to Mitch Brown and Jonathan Holstein there. Callaway had a good run going until he got passed by that 30. Back here, who's this 23? Travis Wright. Bumblebee basically back here. 3 wide on the front stretch, 20, 23, and the 42.
Oh, somebody's got to back out of it.
Yeah, Devin Sarah backed out of it. Kind of checked up the 98 of Sam Maxwell behind him. He's falling back a little bit.
Yeah, but it was either that or collect the entire field behind him at that point.
I tell you what, a lot of the normal faces we see up front started out in the back here. I mean, Sam Maxwell, Devin Sarah, Michael Atkins Jr., Pete Baskins all the way back to 23rd. He must have had some problems there.
There must be either be strategy involved or something's up with they know something maybe everyone else doesn't.
Yeah, gotta be something. 23 right now fighting underneath the 42 championship point leader in Jim Foose. This battle for the 15th position, he took it away. Here comes the 20 of Devin Sarah. And Jim Foose, one of them drivers that likes to hang out in the back pretty much all race and through attrition rises to the top. He's got Smoky Mountain Snuff on that Chevrolet this weekend.
Yeah,
this
and
week.
I've seen Jim come through 1 and 2 twice now where he's touched that yellow paint, and that's really upsetting to the car at some point.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. Believe me.
He's gotten away with it with the newer tires, but I'd take it to guess probably 5-6 laps from now that's not going to work.
Oh, no. But back up front, the 01 Jared Mogard out to a 2.5-second lead over the 33 of Tom Giannini, who is having an excellent run so far. He normally has good runs, but he can't seem to close them. That Best Buy Toyota. Here's hoping Giannini can put one together here tonight. We're a fifth of the way through the race, 20 complete, 80 to go. Chris Titus still in third, and you have Alex Geese rebounding from his poor restart on that last time up to the 4th position, and Robbie Baskins, that 46 Nationwide Chevrolet, up to the 5th position.
They're really
top 5.
Yeah, we've run through the top 5. There isn't a whole lot going on right now because at this point of the stage of the run, I mean, most of these guys are just fighting to keep it on track. They're not worried about. They want to see a caution, get new tires, and they don't want to be that caution.
Yeah, because it's a mile raceway that races like a short track. Because it'll race like a Bristol with this high banking. Because, I mean, they're carrying good speeds of upwards of, 135 to 140 mile an hour through the turns. But it's got that tightness of like a Dover to it. It's almost self-cleaning once a wreck starts happening. Battle back here, though, the 48 looking underneath the 27 of Jamie Moore, going to push him up the track a little bit. Jamie Moore going to still hold that position for 11th. Mitch Brown, though, putting some work on the field, started in 21st all the way up to 12th already in the run, and he's fighting again coming off turn 4.
And how about I give you a cockpit view of Brad Cross, just to show you how bumpy this track is. We're going to take you on board with Bradley Cross. I just to really emphasize, because I mean you really don't see how bumpy this track is from up top. In the car is just hammering up and down.
Especially in 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is the worst. I mean, it's like you're out on the open sea, and then diving into 1 and 2. It's just as bad. But coming off of 2, heading down the back straight, not as bad as you see him closing in on the 64 of Lee Staples in front of him. Staples, my thing stopped moving. Staples CAD Tech on board.
I mean, and from the cockpit, you can see the car just bouncing up and down, depending on the setup that you're using. I mean, they're using fixed setups here, but I've seen some people really set up a lot of air pressure, and you can see that it just becomes a battle just to hold it on the track.
Yeah, the 01, our leader, starting the lap cars, just passing 94 of Kevin Mingus back there. Those drivers in 28, 29, 30th, and 31st not having a good night so far. Next victim for the 01 is the 1, Jason Stewart, who ran second into points for the longest time as he's passing the 43 of Steve Uhala back here for the 26th position. He's another one of them guys who likes to hang out in the back all day. And then, again, through attrition, he comes up and finds a way to pull a good finish. But we have a 5-truck battle in front of him to 44, 98, 78, 3, and 57. Michael Atkins Jr. leading this pack in front of Sam Maxwell. And just a good, close group of trucks right now.
And so, I was going to say, Sam looking a little bit eager to get him coming out of the corner, but he looks like he's not going to have room to push up.
Ooh. Yeah, just about.
Atkins leaving him no room to get by, and that's just his right. I mean, he didn't pinch him down. He just didn't leave him enough room, or didn't give him the room that he wanted.
Well, see, the thing is when you dive into one, you're expecting a lot more grip in the front of the truck. And diving into one, especially on a low lane, you don't get it unless you get slowed down enough. And if you slow down too much, you're not going to be able to execute the pass. As we see the 44 underneath the 97 there, Andy Diablo taking a fall back, lost 9 positions so far on the night. Make that an even 10. He started in 11th, just back to 21st. 22nd about to get taken away from him as well as Stephen Trombley. Oh, Trombley!
Oh, they're sideways. Great collection here. Caution came out, but I don't think anyone really did any significant damage to the car.
That's, again, Michael Atkins Jr., last week's winner, involved in another wreck. Going back to try and see what it just looked like.
It was Trombley. I'm trying to get you the replay. That's why I'm being quiet right now. So if I can find it back.
What it looked like, it's just, the 44 is going in to make the turn on the middle lane to give the 78 the bottom, and the 78 just couldn't get her low down enough to make her stick on the bottom and just, push.
Yeah, I got it called up now.
44.
Yeah, the 44, it looked like he came up a little bit, and then the 97 came down, and it was unfortunate the 78 was just in a spot where he was on the brakes at a bad point and lost it. He took the worst of it, and he really didn't hit anything. He ended up on the apron.
Well, all of your leaders are down to pit road. Jared Mogard leading the charge.
Oh, I see now. The 44 got loose coming off of 4, and he gathered it back up, and then it hooked right back into the 78. But as you said, they're all on pit road right now.
All the leaders coming down. Mogard should have a good advantage here. Try and get off of pit road first. There he is, down and away.
Mogard, Janiti gets beat out, though.
77, 33, 46, 24, 7, 18, 30, 48, and the 20. Looks like your top 10 coming off of pit road. A couple of trucks staying on in their box at 25 and the 70, more specifically. 25 all the way back to 8th on that run. 77 had got back up to 4th. But it looks like they're going to try to fix a little bit of damage, and 70's down and away. Yeah. Jonathan Holstein going to be mired way back in the pack, as well as Chris Titus in that 25.
And it doesn't look like anyone took 2 tires in that batch there.
I sure hope they didn't.
I'm just pointing it out. I mean, I wouldn't take 2 tires, but
well,
either. We're 35 laps into the race. I mean, if you're going to try that theory out, now's the time to do it, but no one took that chance, so I don't expect to see 2 tires being a strategy later.
Right, now missed who got the lucky dog there. But
it would either be Scott Holler or Nick Kaufman. I couldn't tell you which though. Possibly well, I'll fill everyone in once I see the speed come up for them. Yeah,
it looks like the 5, Scott Holler, got the lucky dog.
Because Pete Baskins is on pit lane right now, along with Jonathan Holstein. Holler just passed start-finish line to pass Pete Baskins, so. And Holstein's still on pit lane repairing damage and just leaving.
Well, lights are still on the pace car. I must say, a pretty entertaining race through the first 35 laps. You got 65 laps to go. Mogar looking like the class of the field right now as the lights are off of the pace car. He's got a fast piece. We've seen him before. I believe he's back from suspension this week.
Yeah.
Or either this series or another series he got suspended in.
And something I really like about this series, if you look at the top 5, it's 5 different teams. It's not, no one team's dominant in this series. You always find teams that run near the front, but you never see, a 1, 2, 3 from a team. Very, very seldom that happens.
That's the beauty of a Actually, this is open setup. Yeah, I believe they had to do open setup because they don't really have a Rockingham setup for the trucks.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, they do because they had a fixed setup race.
Right. I know it gets confusing because we cover many different series. It's tough to remember who's got the fast repairs and who's got the fixed setups. But I pace car's off and back to you, Wes.
Yep, green flag back out of the air. Mogard gets a great jump in that 0-1 Chevrolet. 77, a lot better on that restart. Maybe was on the snooze button, but at least he wasn't, coming off of a night of NyQuil off of that one. Tom Giannini up to second, back where he was. Robbie Baskins up to fourth off that restart. Teammate for the 46 to 7 to Justin Vaughn, Baskin Vaughn's Motorsports.
Yeah, and I'm watching a little bit further back, the 64, Lee Staples. He didn't have a great start, and a lot of people are trying to squeeze around him, and that's going to be the issue, I think, if he doesn't pick up speed soon. He's holding up the rest of the field.
Oh, yeah, looking back here to 23.57, stuck on that high side. Travis Wright finally going to squeeze in there. Sean Music.
Oh, we got an accident going on.
Around 57. Oh, no.
Yeah, and it was the 57 getting into the 34 that started that whole mess.
Michael Sunick blown up on the front stretch. That is going to end his night. That 34 not had a good year so far.
No. Green is not his color.
Got Wolf's Head motor oil on that car. Unfortunately, looks like all the oil is spilling out of the back of that truck. He's going to have to bring that down. And that's pretty much going to end his night there.
Now, Wes, do you think people will stop for 2 tires if you're near the back? We've only got a couple of laps. Do you take 4? Don't worry about it.
I don't think we'll see anybody from the top 15 come in. Maybe the 64, because either he made a wrong adjustment or he just couldn't get through the gears on that restart right.
Yeah, because I noticed he had trouble getting up to speed, and then just everyone bottlenecked up behind him, and I saw something going on there. Giannini just looking for that fake to the end. I don't know if it's a fake or if he's good. Oh, he is. Nope, he's not stopping. That was a good fake job, though. You got to try. You got that big advantage as leader, as we've seen. Bogart's done it twice where he's just launched right ahead of the field. There's no catching.
Yeah, top 20 going to stay out. Pete Baskins, your first taker on pit road, going to bring to 70 to 57, who was just involved in that incident, that Mountain Dew ride. A lot of front end damage and left side damage to that 57 truck, as well as a couple more of the battered vehicles on track, but they need to hurry up because Mogard's already on the backstretch, pacing wise. Looks like, who is that flying in? The 80 of Nick Kaufman gets the lucky dog on this caution, so good to see him back on the lead lap. Going to put 29 trucks on the lead lap out of the 31 who are participating right now,
which is really good to see. For the 31 trucks, we're almost halfway, and most of the cars are on the lead lap with only 2 cautions.
I mean, you got to think we almost had a complete 30-lap run just earlier. Last run only 2 laps. Not a lot of wear on these tires for the guys in front, but could see a little bit of strategy play out as we're nearing the halfway point of the race. Again, I'd like to remind you, you are watching the Clint Auto Parts 100 here on Off Camper TV. I'd like to welcome y'all who are just joining us. If you just tuned in, Jared Mogar so far leading the most laps on the race, still out front. That 01's got a pretty fast Chevrolet underneath him tonight. Tom Giannini running in second has a pretty fast Toyota. Alex Geese running in third, Robbie Baskins in fourth, and teammate Justin Vaughn in that 7 car, already a winner on the year, in fifth. If you're looking for your favorite driver, let us know in the YouTube chat, and we'll try to get you and let you know how your driver is doing.
Now, we don't have Crank It Up with us tonight, but how about a view from the cockpit on this restart of Mogard?
I think it'd be better to look out the back of it, because he's like the back of his truck says, he's gone.
Yep. Well, you know what? You got it. Pace lights are out in the pace car, so once the pace car drops, I will give you a rear view mirror or a rear view look from Jared Mogard taking off and leaving the field behind. Now watch it be that one time that he stalls out and Giannini keeps up, right?
I don't know about that. he's got a bad little hot rod underneath him.
Oh yeah.
And he's definitely letting people know. Yeah, pace car has got him parading through turn number 3 once again here at the beautiful Rockingham Speedway.
Yeah, and they're all forming up and tightening up, all waiting to chase to see when that leader goes.
A couple of gaps throughout the field, but other than that, everybody's pretty much bunched up here. Pace car going to make that hard left turn down to the pit lane. And there he goes. Mogard's gone. Look at him just pull away, folks.
That's got to be a disheartening feeling when you see that happen. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just the advantage of being leader at this track.
It's the advantage of being leader on iRacing, period. You see it all the time, whether it's in an official race, a league race, just a fun run. The leader always has that advantage on the restart because he can technically go whenever he wants. So a little bit of battle back here between Brad Cross and Devin Serra. The 20 pushed the 30 up the track a little bit. Almost got his nose underneath him. That Haviland Chevrolet trying to get underneath the 30 of Brad Cross.
Yeah, and you can see the 48 of Mitch Brown. He almost came up over top and got himself into a little bit of trouble, but it seems to sort itself out.
Yeah, back behind him, the 27, Jamie Moore, underneath the 18 of Dominic Lee. Side by side, coming off of turn number 2. Dominic's going to back off a little bit, stay out of the wall. And here comes the 98. Where did he come from? Sam Maxwell.
Sam seems to come out of nowhere and just makes positions up.
Yeah, he's oh, we do have a truck coming down pit lane. I believe that's Nick Kaufman. Yes, that is. But back to Sam Maxwell, though. He's pretty much came out of nowhere. Back behind him, the 42, Jim Foose. On the inside of the 41 of Tim Knott. Got around him coming out turn 4 and back up here near the 48. It's a little bit of a cluster. Where did the 48 go?
48 is just inside the 30. He's up in 8th.
Yeah. Brad Cross, a little tight coming off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of them being tight and pushing up to that wall coming out of it too. I'm surprised they make it too wide around.
Yeah, that 30, Brad Cross, tight on that 27 coming off of turn 4 as well. Jamie Moore putting together a fantastic performance here tonight in that 27 machine. Let's see if I can get a zoom in on the sponsor. He's got Detroit. Something on the front of it. I'm trying to Speed Incorporated. Okay.
And Brad Cross just comes right down in front of Dominic Lee, and we've just hit the halfway point.
Yep. 50 down, 50 to go. And the 18 going to fall victim to that 98 of Sam Maxwell.
And I'm watching that whole Tim Knott, Travis Wright, Chris Titus deal going on. Titus had that issue early on, and they are all over themselves through 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the top about 16, 17 have all sorted out. Top 18 sorted out into single file for right now. Going to look through, make sure I'm not lying to you. Yeah, pretty much. And then back behind him, second pack is being led by Michael Atkins Jr., last week's winner in 19th position. So pretty much everybody's single file looking to click off some laps here. Besides maybe, nope, I thought I saw a battle trying to happen between the 42 and the 64. But Jim Foose decided better on that. Going to keep his 15th position as the 41 looking at the inside of him now. Tim not going to be able to put the nose in there, but he's going to try. He's back on the throttle pretty early on in 3. Going to make it stick. Tim not fighting for that 15th position in that 41 truck. Oh,
and they touch.
Jim Foose is sideways. He's sideways.
No
He's
caution
around
yet. Now it's out.
Jim Foose, nobody hit him, and he didn't hit anything, I don't believe.
No, I don't believe he hit anything either.
He's got to be
except for the
track.
ghosting through the pace car there.
Yeah, Jim Foose battling with Tim Knott for the 15th. Tim Knott just pushed up the track at turn 1. That's one thing that you can't do is you cannot go into turn 1 side by side that close.
Yeah, and I didn't see it as I saw that more as a racing thing where the two of them just got together fighting for the same piece of real estate. I don't think anyone was trying to cut someone off. It's just a narrow spot in that part of the corner.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. I mean, unless you completely back out of it and throw a parachute out the rear end, I mean, you got to slow down for that turn because the front of these trucks do not grip. It's a pushing tight situation as the leaders are coming down pit road right now. The 80, don't know how he got the lucky dog, but should have gone to the 13 of Brang, Chrisman here. I think he's waiting to go around these guys.
He might be waiting until the pace car gets by him, because I noticed that when Foose had spun out, he got out just ahead of the pace car.
Stone Truck Parts number 13 Chevrolet going to get the lucky dog here. But we're going to be watching your leaders as they are coming out of the pit lane.
And as expected,
Chris Titus in the pit. Here comes the 01. Mogar going to win the battle off pit road. Tom Giannini to 33, 77 to Geese. Baskins, Young, Vaughn, Sarah, Brown, and more. Look like they're going to be your top 10 coming out of the pits there.
And look at that, Jason Stewart leading the lap.
Hey, Jason Stewart's going to stay out. Pretty sure he's going to come back into pit road.
Yeah, and that's usually his strategy, but how he wants to lead one lap and then he comes in and pits. It's
bonus
not
points.
It's bonus points. It's not any part of strategy other than leading a lap.
I must say I do like his truck though. That bucked up number 1, black on blaze orange and camo is pretty nice looking. Does have a little bit of rear end damage to that machine though.
Yeah, and we'll give a shout out to him because he does a lot of paint schemes for iRacing. Plus he streams a bit, so there you can see the back of his truck there. Twitch.tv to Stu22, member of the OCTV crew.
13 missed his pit stall completely. Oh God, 80 hits him on pit road. 13 completely foobarred his pit stall.
I'll try and get you a replay of that.
Wow. Unbelievable. You should actually be able to see it as it happened.
I went back 30 seconds, so it might take you a little bit. He comes out of the pits, and then the 13 was backing up on pit road. I guess he missed his pit stall. That was not the 80 at all. It's not his fault that he had a car going in reverse on pit road. Yeah, that's one of those things you just don't expect.
Nope. I can tell you that much. I didn't expect it myself.
Usually when a car gets into the back of another, you think it's the fault of the car behind, but in this case it was clearly a car stopped and going in reverse.
So they say on the motorway. The 57 of Sean Music and a 94 Kevin Mingus is going to take the wave around here, get back on the lead lap. 27 trucks on the lead lap, just past halfway, working lap 57 of 100.
And I noticed Giannini is like right pinned up against the pace car. He's trying to make sure that Mogar doesn't sit back and take advantage, or he's trying to psych him into not getting so far back and getting that big of an advantage. Lights are out in the pace car.
Yeah, right before we get back to green, I'm going to give you the weather since we forgot to do it at the top of the broadcast. It's partly cloudy out here, 76 degrees Fahrenheit is the air temperature, 106 on the track. Winds out of the northeast at 2 miles an hour and humidity at about 42%. Pace car rolling off of the racing surface on the pit lane. Good jump from the 33 on the 01 that time. Jared Mogar has got some competition going into turn number 1.
Yeah, and 2 wide behind him with Geese and Baskins.
Oh, a lot of 2 wide back here. Yeah,
oh, and a car goes off. That happened around, was that Jason Stewart?
No, it happened near him. We're looking for the car.
Yeah, it's Dominic Lee, the 18 car. I'm going to try and get you a replay of that happening there. I think he just got loose coming off of 2.
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah, he got loose, and then a car came up behind him and disconnected by the looks of it.
Huh.
No caution.
Yeah, Jonathan Holstein, unfortunately, looks like he was having some connection issue as right in front of the 48 to 7. Justin Vaughn barely squeezed in there. Sam Maxwell underneath the 48 now. Mitch Brown in trouble. Still stuck on that middle lane. Going to put the nose in between the 98 and the wall.
Oh, and that 30 is Brad Cross. He's doing everything he can to get around the 27 there of Jamie Moore.
Yeah, 48 trying to high side out for size.
Oh, and they get loose.
Whoa! 27, Jamie Moore almost went on a wild ride there.
Wow, if there was ever a reincarnation of the Intimidator, I'd have to give it to Brad Cross for that move. He was all over the 27, forcing him to drive it too hard into the corner and just dipped up underneath him.
Right in front of him, the 20 and the 24 doing so. Oh, the 20 got pushed into turn 1. Into the wall goes Devin Sarah.
No caution.
No caution. He's still rolling, but heavy damage to the right-hand side of that.
Oh, the 64 into the 23.
23, 41.
Now the caution's out.
Caution is out.
Wow, a number of cars.
Motor.
And I'm going to try and catch that on replay. Around Chris Titus is where where I think the issue happened.
Actually, after the 20 got into the wall, the 64, Lee Staples got a little bit of loose.
Okay, so
coming off trying to avoid and got into the 23, 41 involved. Titus made it through. The 1 made it through. Everybody else made it through.
Yeah, and I'm giving you a preview from the in-car of Chris Titus, just to see show you how quickly this happens. I mean, they bumped and there was like nowhere to go. I can't believe he didn't hit anything.
Yeah, turn 2.
Yeah, you tend to get loose. It gives you a little wiggle, and an overcorrection will just send you right into that upper lane.
I will tell you, they are lucky. Oh, good Lord. The entry into the pits was just a mess right there.
Yep.
A lot of trucks stayed out, but 45 at Callaway about made it a bunch of problems. Oh, whew.
Right. There's 37 to go, 36 to go this time by. It's kind of iffy. Do you stay out? Do you take tires?
Well, as long as many trucks stayed out as they did here, I believe the 20 was the first one to come down and take service. The 78 of Trombley stayed out, and the 80's a couple laps down. But he was going to stay out anyway. But
yeah. And I'd watch for more gamesmanship to go on between the 33 of Tom Giannini and the 01 of Jared Mogard. I mean, last restart, Giannini had the upper hand. He talked the 01 into staying close to the pace car so he couldn't get that jump. I kind of got this feeling he's going to play the game where he's going to drop back last minute.
Well, I think you're right on that. It should be lights are still on the pace car.
Yeah.
Just a big old cluster back there. Tough break for those drivers involved in that wreck. The 64 Lee Staples had a great qualifying effort. Unfortunately, that's going to mire him back in the pack further than he already was. He lost a lot of spots on the initial start and could never recover. That 41 Tim Knott up there battling. He's lost an engine. Looks like Steve Buhala has parked his truck as well in the 43.
I will say though, from that accident, I mean, the damage could have been a whole lot worse than what it was. It seemed more that they were spinning and staying off of each other than a big pile of cars that everyone piling into.
Yeah. But hey, we're going to have less than 35 laps to go. Actually, it should be taking 35 to go this time by. Still have a lot of racing left. So far, Jared Mogar has put it on the field tonight. Dominant performance. Took the lead on the initial start and hasn't looked back since. Jason Stewart, I believe, is the only one to lead a lap besides him.
And and he does it every race. He finds there's one opportunity to take a lap led and in this case with 35 to go, he's the only other person to have led a lap. Nobody else but Jared Mogard and him are going to pick up those bonus points so far.
Yeah. Because I don't even think Chris Titus led a lap. No,
True,
he did lead a lap.
I think he started front row, but I don't know I can't remember whether that counts as a lap led or not. But as you see, Mogard up at the front, lights are out in the pace car. We'll see if Giannini is waiting for him to back up, because you can see that he's expecting that back up.
Yeah, here he goes. Pace car is off. There goes Mogard. Not a good jump from the 33. But Jared Mogard back out in front of the field. 33 will be able to squeeze in front of the 77 of Alex Geese there. 46 of Robbie Baskins fighting on the outside for third. 30 back here, though, not giving any quarrels. Brad Cross actually going to lose a couple of spots off of that.
Wow.
Height.
This
off
is
of the 24, off of 2.
I'm back looking at Mitch Brown and crew. They are so close together coming into the corners that I'm waiting for the wreck to happen.
Yeah, it's almost imminent right now. I mean, behind them, they got a pretty good gaggle of cars as well, but Brad Cross will lose the 7th position to Mitch Brown, that tide ride. But back behind him, where the 78 and the 25 all land, that's 2 by 2 back there, going into 3. Jason Stewart, Pete Baskins. The 1 into 3. Here comes Jim Fusen at 42. This is all right around the 12th position. That's how you enter in 1 there. You give a little bit of room if you're on that outside. At 45 back there, though.
Oh, and it looks like
5 is around.
Was that? Oh, caution's out.
Holler.
Was that Holler?
18, 94.
Oh, wow.
64 again.
And I'm going
to no.
show you the replay. So they bounce off the wall and then they just come right back into traffic. There's really nothing they can do about it either.
Yeah, I mean,
especially that point. Yeah, he caught the very edge of the wall where the safer barrier ends.
Yeah, caught the 18-2 Dominic Lee. That's going to pretty much end his night. Scott Holler, that's gonna put the nail in the coffin on that one.
Yep, and 31 to go right now. I can, well, I'm not going to say almost guarantee, but I think you're going to see at least the majority of the field coming in for one final pit stop.
Yeah, we should be seeing that.
And notice we said should be seeing that, and nobody stopped.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you got some takers middle of the back, just to repair damage and stuff like that. Nothing to lose by stopping, but maybe they're gonna wait till a later point. Maybe the tires do wear a lot faster than we're giving them credit for.
Well, on this set of tires, we're only looking at about 7 laps, maybe 8 laps of green flag conditions.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, the crew chief in me is thinking there's 30 to go, right? It's not. There's probably going to be one more caution, but you never know. They did a longer run earlier.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing any more long runs. I think we're going to be seeing about anywhere between 5 to 10 lap runs now. If a caution comes out after we get 25 to go, we should see the front runners come in. Maybe a couple of the guys in the back try to stay out and try to recoup a little bit of spacing right now with them. As long as we don't have a long green flag run, that's going to be the best bet for somebody like Jim Foose or Pete Baskins or the 13, Brian Chrisman. All the rest of these guys back there from about 20th on back, they're all damaged automobiles. out here.
Yeah, and Dominic Lee is still, or Scott Haller is still in the pits, looking at repairing damage.
Yeah, I believe he's done. He must have either blown the engine when he hit the 18, or the 18 hit him, or something, because that was a hard impact.
Yeah, he's got some significant damage up on his hood. I mean, most of these cars look in pretty good shape. I mean, this is a track that you tend to not. It's not as bad as Bristol or Martinsville, but I mean, if you come away with the clean car, you just didn't race hard enough.
You could say that.
Well, at the same time, those drivers that can keep it clean the entire race tend to do better. But that goes for even the shorter tracks. It's like a 1 mile short track is what it seems like.
Yeah, like I said, top broadcast. I mean, it's like a Bristol with the banking, and it's like a Dover with the self cleaning and the length of the track.
Yep.
And
we got the pace lights off. How about we take a look from the 7 of Justin Vaughn from this restart? We'll see it from his cockpit. How that launch works. See it watching the front row.
Yeah, number 7 in the 5th position right now. Been up there all night, and looks like we are getting reports that Dominic Lee is done at 18. Load her up. We're done, boys.
Yeah, the pace car is on the back stretch. It's nice seeing that Thunder Valley sign in the back. I'm a bit of an old school NASCAR guy, so when we see some of these tracks that are retired and they still in iRacing come back to them, it's nice to see.
I just love this track, period. It's one of my favorite races to watch it out of the whole year. Back when I was growing up, and the history behind this place. It's just it's magical here. Really want to visit the Speedway one day. Pace car is off. Jared Mogard. Oh, there he goes. He's getting a little bit of mind games now towards the end of the race. But Giannini still on top of his game right now. Gonna squeeze in front of that 77 as we watch from the 7, who's battling the 24 of Alan Young to the outside of him. Diving it into turn 3. Pushing up the track a little bit. Really
he's not leaving him any room.
He's not leaving any room right behind him at 48 and 30. And the 27 battle.
Yeah, that 27 and 30 battle has been brewing for about 30 laps now.
Oh, 27 pushed up. Got to check up. 77's loose off two.
What happened to 77? He just suddenly...
He either got loose or he blew up one of the 5. But it looks like he just got loose. He's recovered now.
Yeah, it's
now
just...
Geese.
He went way off pace.
Wow. I mean, that put him back to 13th from running in 3rd, I believe. Mitch Brown underneath the 7 of Justin Vaughn going to take over that 4th position, running down the backstretch. Vaughn says, no, not so fast. Going to fight back to the outside. Going to run that middle groove.
It looks like Baskins is all over the track. He's got cars behind him looking for a way around. He's using up all the track he can to hold that spot.
And 3 wide into 1.
And
Stewart, 25.
Wow.
Oh, they're still touching. Chris Titus is around in front of the 77.
And the 25? Titus.
Oh, big wreck.
Yeah, I'll try and get you a replay on that one. The 1 came up. They looked fine until they came off the corner.
It was a double tap. Doesn't look like any other truck got involved. Maybe the 78 got a little piece of the back.
Yeah,
25.
He kind of spun on his own at that point. I mean, you could see Jason pull up the track a little bit. He spotted that there were 3 wide, and he drove it right down. And then something happened. Maybe netcode or something brought the 25 around.
Yeah, because that was just a little bit too,
Like it was one of those deals. I mean, Jason's not typically a dirty driver, from what I've seen. So he gave him room once he realized he took it away.
Yeah, he pushed up into him, and yeah, it's weird. As fast as that 25 turned to the left, it was almost like he cut a tire, kind of, sort of. Oh,
Yeah.
A little bit of pit strategy back here.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of
noticed
Justin Vaughn down. Sam Maxwell came down as well as the rest of these guys. Jim Foose stayed out though.
Well, this is
as well as Geese. This is pretty much the money stop.
Yeah, I was going to say this is the money stop because anyone that's going to stop from here on in probably isn't going to make up their spots with this many people stopping.
No, I don't think so. I mean, with Justin Vaughn has had one of the fastest trucks out here all night. Um, I would, you know, he's a fast driver, but I think a lot of that had to do with track positioning as well, because track position is key anywhere you go. The cleaner air that you can get, the faster your truck is going to run.
And it was one of those situations that the first person to stop, everyone behind him was going to take a pit.
Yeah.
It was a matter of who was that first car that was going to drop off.
It looks like the last car to stay out was the 20 Devin Sarah. Here comes Justin Vaughn to meet with the back of the pack here. So that's going to leave Vaughn coming in from 5th all the way back to Devin
11th.
11th. Yep. So
and that also go ahead.
6-7 spots.
And that also sets up for Brad Cross and Jamie Moore to take up 5th and 6th spots side by side. And that, like I said earlier, those two have been going at it lap after lap, and they haven't hit each other yet. But it's been an interesting battle to watch.
The Cross has been stuck on the outside for most of the night anyway. So going to be very interesting to see what he can do working that inside lane on that 27. Lights are still in the pace car, correct?
Yep, it is.
Okay.
I'm expecting to go out this time by, though.
Yeah. Making sure real quick. Again, this is the Clint Auto Parts 100 here on Off Camper TV for the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. And I must say, every Tuesday night that we get to broadcast these guys is an absolute pleasure. These guys put on a heck of a show. I hope that everybody out here watching on the YouTube agrees with me. I know these guys get a lot of, their friends and family and supporters to watch these races, and hope that these are entertaining for y'all out there on the YouTube.
Yep.
Just a pleasure to be able to call these races week in and week out with these guys here for the American Sim Racing.
Yeah, I'm glad most nights that we do this, I get to produce and just kind of sit back and keep listen to you guys call it and be able to enjoy the race. Because you do miss some of the racing. You have to go back and watch it to really get a feel for what's going on with it when you and Katie and Tony are all and Donovan are calling these races.
Well, we are lined back up side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back about 10 rows deep, 9 rows deep. Pace car going to make his hard left off of the turn 4 exit. 0-1, Jared Mogard, good jump on the field there. Green flag back out into the air. We've got 19 laps to go.
And I'm spotting an issue with the 77 again, getting up to speed. I don't know what's going on, but every time he starts out, he loses 5 or 6 spots right off of that restart.
I don't know. We almost had a laundry detergent spillage out in turn number 4. Mitch Brown tried to squeeze in front of that 24 of Alan Young to no avail. Did not happen. And the 30 about ran him over. Brad Cross, though, up into the 5th position in front of that 27. Jim Foose coming out of nowhere in 7th right now. Devin Sarah rebounding pretty good up to the 8th position. And we have Pete Baskins back here in the number 3 Under Armour Chevrolet in front of Sam Maxwell. That's going to be your first truck on fresh tires. Behind him, Justin Vaughn. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, and
just off of that, 2.7 seconds.
Yeah, and fresh tires aren't going to help you right in the beginning of the run. It usually takes about 4 or 5 laps once the tires come in to really pay off.
I don't think that we'll be able to see that, or Maxwell will not be able to prevail on it. He might get up into the top 5, but I don't know the way these guys are running in a single lane as this track has become here in the last 20 or so laps. It's going to be tough for that 98 to get back up there, as well as that 7 of Justin Vaughn.
Yeah, and they're coming to 15 to go. So at this point, if you didn't take a pit on the last stop, you're probably not going to want to take one from here on in.
Nope, they've already made the bid. They're going to have to lay in it now. A little bit of side by side with the 1 in the 77, Jason Stewart underneath the 77 of Alex Geese. going to take over that 14th position from the 77. Caution
And
is out.
caution's
Who is
out.
that?
I'm seeing
That is
smoke.
the 98, Sam Maxwell.
And I will try and find your replay.
45, Zach Calloway involved as well. Not good. No bueno.
Yeah, they came down the backstretch, and the 7 gets underneath, and they just touch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
98 just didn't expect it.
Yep, and it looks like the 25 got into him.
45, Zach Calloway, hard hit to the driver's side of that 98 Chevrolet. That's pretty much going to take Zach Calloway out of the running as well. Ran pretty decent midfield all day, but heavy impact to that 98.
Yeah, and as expected, you're not going to see any pit stops from the front runners. Maybe some guys are at the tail end of the lead lap, but...
Yeah, 77 coming in, 94, 64, 34, 98. A lot of those guys are a lap down. Maxwell, unfortunately, heavy damage might end his day here. Tough break for Sam. Sam, 4 top 5s on the year, 5 top 10s out of the 8 races that we have completed.
Yeah, he was setting himself up for a great top 5 finish, I think.
Once those tires kicked in, he would have had a good truck on the rest of the field, but no avail. We're going to go to green under 10 laps to go. Now, just a reminder, since we don't really get a lot of these cautions here late in these races for the ASRS, if there's a situation where it's going to be just a regular, if it's going to be a green, white checkered, we're going to get the green flag back with 2 to go. They'll run it out. But if we're going to have the green flag with only 1 to go, the race will end under caution. So judging by the average of about 5 caution laps, if the last caution comes out on lap 94, we will be able to have one final restart after lap 94. That's going to be the race. So that's the magic number for Mogard right now. 5 more laps, and a couple of them are going to be under caution.
Yep, and the top 6 really hasn't changed much. But people like Jim Foose, Devin Serra, Pete Baskins, Justin Vaughn all made their ways further up into the top 10.
I tell you what, that 27 Jamie Moore, he has put an impressive run together here tonight. Gonna see if I can find him on our little sheet here.
He started
Jamie
12th
Moore,
and currently sitting in 5th from the Carolina Club.
He got a provisional, so he did not get to start. He was slated to be an alternate last week, but did not start. So this is his first start on the season in that 27. I believe he's been running in the Sportsman Truck Series on Sunday nights. If you want to try and sign up and race with these boys, go to AmericanSimRacing.com, all one word, and fill you out an application up there. Good group of guys to get in with, and who knows, maybe you'll see yourself on this broadcast for the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series.
And as they come through 1 and 2, pace lights are off in the pace car. This
That's
is probably...
setting us up.
Yeah, I'm expecting this to be the last caution we're going to see for the race. Or the last restart we're going to see for the race.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Who's going to be your horse real quick?
I'm liking Mitch Brown. As much as Mogard and Giannini have been dominating the front, I got a feeling that those two are probably, it could come down to being in third and avoiding the wreck near the end, because they haven't. Okay, go ahead.
I'm taking the easy way out. 0-1. Green flag back out in the air. He's gone. Jared Mogard once again out to a good lead. Here comes Alan Young underneath the 33 for second position. Tom Giannini can't defend it. The 27's around in the back. He's off pace. 27, he might cause the caution here. Jamie Moore really slow on the back straight. He got loose into the back of Mitch Brown. And Bradley Cross got around Mitch Brown as well. Mitch going to throw a little bit of bumper love onto the back of that number 30 Toyota. Here comes Jim Foose to the outside of the 48. Mitch Brown falling back like a rock right now. Foose got out of the gas, going to let him ride around that 5th position. But Alan Young got around to 33 of Tom Giannini on that exchange as we were watching the 27. Unfortunately, fall victim to the commentator's curse. I'm sorry, bud. But, wow.
It was definitely an exciting restart.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with only 10 to go, because that's not much time for these guys to make up any kind of time. Back here to 7, Justin Vaughn trying to make his way around the 42 of Jim Foose. Definitely has a better truck in the turns. Going to attempt to the high side. That Great Clip Chevrolet. He's there. He's got a fender there.
The matter of can he get by him though? I mean, that top to pull that pass off, the top lane works.
Yeah, he got it. Justin Vaughn back up into the 6th position. Now, does he have I don't believe he has enough time to catch Mogart. I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch him. The 33, Tom Giannini, though, under fire from the 30 of Brad Cross. I think he's gonna force his way up there.
Yeah.
Both Toyotas right there.
And we're at the point now where it's next flag ends it.
Yeah, coming to the line, Jared Mogard making his way off of turn number 4 at the flag stand. 5 to go. Really going to be interesting back here for the battle for 3rd.
Yeah, I was gonna say from third, 4th, 5th, there's a big battle going on. Mitch Brown looking, Cross looking, and Giannini kind of opens the door and closes it quickly.
Yeah, Mitch leaning on the back bumper at 30, coming off turn number 4. 4 to go.
Yeah, Mitch
trying to run him down the track.
Mitch looks desperate to get around him at this point.
There he goes. Brad Cross on the outside, Mitch Brown on the inside. He's going to complete the pass, put the 48 back up to 4th. Now he needs to get around to 33 to get him another podium. That'd be
the 30 touches the paint.
Here comes the 7, Justin Vaughn underneath Brad Cross.
3 to go.
Trying to crossover. Crossover.
Just not going to happen.
Doesn't get there. It looks like he's lost all of his momentum. All of the wind is out of his sails.
Yeah, and it's coming to 2 to go, and Alan Young is almost a second behind Mogard, our leader. So it's at this point, you're right. It's his race to lose.
It is definitely the 01's race to lose here.
But we're watching. Yeah, I was gonna say we're watching the Giannini battle because I could just see it that Mitch Brown just sees the front. He's chasing him down.
Ooh, he is.
And he's blinking.
Really bad. White flag for Jared Mogard out on the raceway. Going to watch this battle until we get to about halfway down the backstretch. It does look like Mitch Brown might have him.
Oh boy,
yeah,
I'm holding my breath on this one.
But coming out of turn number 4, your winner tonight in the Clint Auto Parts 100 is going to be Jared Mogard, that 01 truck winner here at Rockingham.
That's a heck of a finish.
And between Giannini did beat Mitch Brown back to the line.
Yeah, just barely.
By 1/10.
Wow.
Of a second. 1/10 of a second. Separated 3rd and 4th there. Justin Vaughn rebounded back to a good 5th place finish. But Brad Cross brings it home in 6th. Big loser on that last restart. I'm going to watch the 01. Where is he going?
I really couldn't tell you. And I don't know if you noticed it or not, but we have a fairly empty TeamSpeak for interviews here.
Yeah, that is true. We're going to try to, invite the top 3 to come in. They do have the link in their racer page on Facebook, but we'll see if the one's going to burn them down here. Yep, here we go, Jared Mogard. I guess the roof was an omen. Checkered flag for him tonight. Checkered flag roof. Burning them down. That maxed out motorsports number 01, excuse me.
And I'm just bringing up your finishing results now. And
All
I'll
right.
let you call it out.
Yep. Jared Mogard, your winner here tonight. Alan Young, great run out of that 24 camp for LA Simsport. Going to bring it home in second. Tom Giannini in third. Finally putting together a good finish on the season. Mitch Brown bringing it home in fourth. Justin Vaughn fifth. Brad Cross in sixth. Jim Foose rebounds from his usual there in the back to finish in seventh. Robbie Baskins eighth. Pete Baskins ninth. And Devin Sarah going to round out your top 10. 27 to Jamie Moore had an impressive race tonight. Going to come home in 11th. 12th, Jason Stewart. Andy Diablo, 13th. Stephen Trombley, 14th. 15th, Kevin Mingus. Sam Maxwell, 16th. Michael Sunick. And 17th, Lee Staples, 18th. Alex Geese, 19th. And last truck on the lead lap, 20.
You guys up ready for interviews?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so we're going to start with you, Tom, and then we're going to bring you, Alan, in.
Okay.
Was Tim Knott. Michael Atkins Jr., last week's winner, had a very, very, very poor showing here tonight. Got caught up in a lot of stuff early. Going to finish at 29th. Steve Buhala, 30th. And Jonathan Holstein was second in points. Not going to come out in second after this race. Going to round out your field in 31st.
And like in spectacular fashion, we're kind of short-staffed here right now, but we've got the top three going from third to first. With us right now, Tom Giannini.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I'll tell you, this whole season I've had a black cloud over this team, from everything from pit mistakes to getting caught in people's wrecks. And tonight it just felt really good to run in the top five the whole time. Actually second. I mean,
Yeah.
gotta give props to Mogard, but man, it feels good to be disappointed with third. Those restarts starting in the outside were so hard, and all night kept getting yellow after yellow after yellow. Tires were getting more worn, and restarts just got harder and harder, and was able to hold our own until that last restart. Fell back to third, but feels good to be disappointed with the third place.
Man, I hear you, bud. Like I was, just saying a couple minutes ago, you've had a hard season this year. Finally going to bring the 33 home. Your first top 5, first top 10, first top 3 of the season. You got to feel good about that. Did you think you had anything from Mogard there towards the end?
I thought with our tires wearing off and him having so much speed, maybe his tires were coming back to me a little bit on every restart. But man, I got to tip my cap because he was lightning all night. I don't know if I would have had anything for him.
It looked like on the restarts he just take off in the field. I mean, there was a second or third restart. You were playing the little games to make sure he was up against the pace car. It worked out for you, and then it went back and forth, and he was figuring out ways to kind of fool you into when he was going.
Yeah, he definitely kept us on our toes all night.
Well, awesome. So, Mr. Giannini, we finally meet. Do you have any sponsors that you want to shout out here before we go ahead and let you go?
Oh, definitely. I got to thank Best Buy. They're on the car all season. But also, my brother-in-law has a company, Perchin. They specialize in off-campus housing for colleges. They're starting to take off around the country. So if you guys want to check out Perchin.com, PERCH''N.com, they got some good stuff if you're going to college. So check it out.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your first top 3 of the season. Hopefully we see you on the podium more in the weeks to come. So good luck on you for the rest of your season. And we're going to go ahead and bring in second place, Alan Young, number 24, LA Simsport driver. How you doing there, bud?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, second place, there at the end, good restart on that last restart, got around Giannini. Did you think you had anything for that 0-1?
I was going to let it all hang out. I mean, I was trying to get a good restart, and I did get it, and I just pushed it as hard as I dared, and I thought I might have had a shot, but I messed up once, and that's all it took.
Yeah, it really looked towards the end of the race. With the 30 and I believe it was 27, we're trying to make ways all the way up to the front, and then Mitch Brown. Any concerns that they were going to catch you up at the front?
Now, I was just running my race. I knew if I ran my line and did what I was doing all race long, that I'd be fine.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely a great run there. Um, you qualified top 10, second place finish of the season, second in as many as 3 weeks. Got anybody you want to thank real quick before we get our winner in here?
Yeah, I gotta thank the guys over at LA Sim Sport, Lee, John, Ed. If it wasn't for them guys, I wouldn't be having as much fun as I do. I mean, these guys really push each other. We are a great group, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this for sure.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I hope that we see you here in the booth again sometime in the near future. That was the 24 Alan Young. I'm going to bring in tonight's race winner, Jared Mogard, the 01 truck. Tell us how you feeling, buddy.
Everything's great. Just happy to be back behind the wheel of the race car after a 2 week break. It was a pretty fun race out front there.
Yeah, I would say I think you led all but maybe 3 laps tonight. Must say, definitely a dominating performance after taking a little quote unquote vacation there. Um, did you want to make it a point to try and be as dominant as you could here tonight, or do you just like to track that much?
A little bit of both. The vacation was unfortunate and everything like that, but it's part of the schedule that started last week with Dover and the next like 5 or 6 races. We're really looking forward to it. I really like all the racetracks, so I was confident already coming into this deal and just trying to make up points to get back into the top 8 for the playoffs here a little bit later on in the season. So that was the plan all along, and worked out pretty good, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Definitely a dominating performance out here tonight. You got anybody you want to thank before we go ahead and wrap this up here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank RHRSwag.com, Scott Vince and the crew there, RHRSwag, Maxwell Motorsports, of course, Chris Titus, the owner of that deal. Thank them for sticking with me through the last couple weeks, and everybody else that helps out on this thing too, Twitch reports, and everything. So thank you guys, thank them, and everybody that is putting this deal on, and we'll go on in 2 weeks. I think we're at either Iowa or Gateway, so we'll be back in a couple weeks.
All right, awesome. Again, congratulations on the dominating performance here tonight. That was the 01 Jared Mogard. Um, I mean, there ain't much more to say about that race. I mean, we had excitement all throughout
Yeah, we did.
the entire 100 laps.
I feel bad for you, Wes, because normally we got extra people around here, and I'm trying to shuffle interviews. I'm leaving all the talking to you, so I'm gonna apologize to everyone watching. That he doesn't. He's a little bit lost because we're not we don't have the normal crew tonight.
Yeah, the feng shui of the booth is off.
Yeah, yeah. They're serving tacos instead of hot dogs tonight for some reason.
Apparently, but yeah. Any final thoughts on the race there, Cafe?
I mean, there were some great battles throughout the race. Lots of close racing. I mean, this track is known for being one groove 5 or 6 laps into a run, but continually you saw cars running too wide and giving each other room, and the racing was great, and I didn't expect that from this track today.
Yeah, definitely. I wish they would bring this track back onto the NASCAR circuit. I love this track so much. I mean, great racing from top to bottom. I mean, even the guys who were lapped down at some point were putting together a great race. We got racing all throughout the field. Got a lot more names mentioned this week. And again, congratulations goes out to Jared Mogard, winner of the Clint's Auto Parts 100 here at Rockingham. We have 1 week off. from the series, we come back on June the 13th for the Staples CAD Tech 100 at Gateway, 80 laps around that track. But to end the month of May, coverage with the ASRS here, the Sam Maxwell Customs Truck Series, I must say they put on a great show. But for Cafe Ole and myself, Wes the Mess, we are OCTV. We want to thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all on Thursday for the Northwest Truck Series at